Hello everyone. We are now going to work on an example problem on parallel lines and angles, and the exercise is to find the angles, or rather to find all the angles in this figure given the measure of only one angle. So here it says find all the angles in the given figure of parallel lines intersected by a transversal given the measure of angle E equals 61 degrees. So we have been given only the measure of angle E. With that information and the properties of angles in parallel lines that we learned previously, we should be able to find the measure of all these angles here. All right, and we will see that when we use the information on the relationship between different types of angles, we will need to do only one calculation in order to come up with the measure of all the angles. Now, before we go on to finding the angle measures in this figure, let's quickly review some of the properties of angles that we had learned for parallel lines intersected by a transversal. All right, so we had learned that vertically opposite angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, and corresponding angles are all equal. However, same side interior and same side exterior angles are supplementary, which means that the sum of the angles will be equal to a measure of 180 degrees. Now, that being said, let's go on to solving this problem here, finding all the angle measures given. Now, here they've given us the measure of just one angle, which is angle E. And given just one measure, we should be able to find the values of all the other angles. So I'm going to first mark angle E, show on the figure that that's equal to 61 degrees, because that's going to help us identify some of the other angles which will be equal to angle E, correct? So we're going to start with the first one on our list, which says vertically opposite angles are equal. So which is the vertically opposite angle to angle E? H, which is directly opposite to angle E, is this angle measure H. That will also be equal to 61 degrees. So let's denote that, or just let's note that here. H is 61 degrees. So we have angle H written out here. So I'm going to write here angle H will be equal to angle E, which is 61 degrees. Why so? Because they are vertically, by the property of them being vertically opposite angles. Right? Now, which other angle would be equal to 61 degrees? In our list, we have alternate interior angles are supposed to be equal, correct? So E is an interior angle. The angle which is alternate interior to angle E and will be equal to it is D, right? D is an interior angle and it is diagonally opposite to E. So angle D will also be equal to 61 degrees by virtue of them being alternate interior angles. So let's mark that here. This angle is also 61 degrees. So let's go find where angle D is in our list. So angle D will also be equal to angle E and therefore 61 degrees. Why? Because they are alternate interior angles. Right? Any other angles could be equal to 61 degrees. Let's find out what we have on the list here. Alternate exterior angles. Well, angle E is not an exterior angle, so we can cross that out for the time being. I'm at present working everything with reference to angle E. All right. Now, the Next one says corresponding angles are equal. So which is the corresponding angle to angle E? Angle A is the corresponding angle to angle E. So let's mark that as 61 degrees. So let's go to angle A and write at angle A will be equal to angle EY, which is 61 degrees because they are corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. All right. Now, which other angle could be equal to 61 degrees? I think we have covered all the angles that would be equal to 61 degrees in this figure. So now we will go on to next one on our list, which is same side interior or same side exterior angles, and they will be supplementary angles. That means they will add up to 180 degrees. So which are the same side interior angles to angle E? C is the same side, is on the same side as angle E, and both are interior angles, so we can use the property of same side interior angles to find angle C. So how do we do that? So angle C, let's write it this way, angle C plus angle E will be equal to 180 degrees because they are same side interior angles, correct? Same side interior angles. So that being said, angle C plus, let's plug in the value of angle E as 61 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, angle C will be equal to 180 degrees minus 61 degrees, which is equal to 119 degrees. All right. So that means angle C will have a value of 119 degrees. And at this point, I'm going to use a different color because now the angle value has changed. So angle C will be equal to 119 degrees. Let's write that here. This angle is 119 degrees. So now that we have found angle C, we can go through the list all over again, starting from vertically opposite angles to find the measure of the other remaining angles, right? So by the vertically opposite angle property, angle B will also be equal to 119 degrees. So let's write that angle B is equal to angle C, which is 119 degrees. Why? Because they are vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite. And then what else? Angle E. Oh, angle E, we should have written it up front. Should be 61 degrees. All right. And then angle F is the alternate interior angle, correct? So in the next one in the list was the alternate interior angle. So C and F are alternate interior angles. Therefore, that would be equal to 119 degrees. So angle F is equal to angle C, which is equal to 119 degrees by virtue of it being alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles, right? And then finally we have angle G left. Angle G is vertically opposite to angle F. So that should also be 119 degrees, right? So it's vertically opposite, 119 degrees. So it's equal to angle F, which is equal to angle C. So 119 degrees. So what is the property we used here? The vertically opposite angles, right? So this is how we can find the measure of all the angles in two parallel lines cut across by a transversal using the properties, the relationship between angles, as well as just one calculation. All right, the only calculation we had to do was when we used the property of same side interior angles being supplementary.